Hi, freshmen. Welcome back to Teacher Outreach. Counselors are back to continue reviewing programming information. As a reminder, this counseling presentation is posted in the Class of 2024 Google Classroom. If you haven't added already, please use the add code at the bottom of this screen to join the Class of 2024 Google Classroom. Once you join, you'll have access to a lot of activities that are posted for your benefit. Under Del Mar Exploration, you'll see the presentation that we're viewing today, along with the video that we're using. You'll also have access to explorations by category. So here in the Del Mar Exploration category, you'll see information that's specific to Del Mar High School. And it's helpful for a lot of freshmen to be able to review this information. These are common questions that we get from students. Moving down into the Career Exploration category, this will give you the opportunity to start thinking about your life after high school, looking at what your interests and strengths are, and what you might like to pursue after you graduate. College exploration activities will continue throughout your high school career, including the College and Career newsletter that's put out weekly by Mrs. Knight. Last week, we reviewed important counseling information. We prepared for the 12-week grading period, which closes this week, and reviewed graduation requirements. Today, we'll look more into the programming process, including reviewing our subject area pathways and previewing the academic plan that you will enter into your Aries portal next week. As we mentioned, counselors meet with their students every year to review their class choices. Starting in the freshman year, students develop a 4-year academic plan of courses they plan to take throughout high school to meet graduation and college requirements. Developing these plans requires a lot of information. So today we'll start by looking at our subject area pathways so that you can see all the courses available to you to meet each subject requirement. Next week, you'll look at course descriptions, and this will give you more of an idea of what to expect in each class, including the amount of homework that you'll have, the assignments and assessments that you'll take, and any prerequisite courses that you need to complete first. You'll submit your academic plan in your Aries portal to have your counselor review. And then comes our favorite part, meeting with each of our students one-on-one to review your academic plan and make any changes. This is also a great opportunity for us to meet and get to know each other. You can ask any questions that you have about high school so that we can help you. Before we start looking at the subject area pathways, we want to make sure that students know how to read the pathways for each class. Starting in the 9th grade, students can look at what class they may be currently taking. From there, they'll look ahead through the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade to see the courses that will be available to them and help give an idea of what they might like to take. Let's start with social science. 3 years of social science are required to graduate, and this traditionally starts in the 10th grade. At Del Mar High School, freshmen had the option to take ethnic studies. This class is not one of the required 3 years of social science, but it is a great academic elective that some students chose to take in the 9th grade. Starting in the 10th grade, all students will begin their social science pathway by taking government and economics. After successful completion of this class, students will be prepared for either of 2 optional pathways. IB History of the Americas is a 2-year course that spans the 11th and 12th grade year. This course is the more advanced of the 2 options, earns a grade bump in the GPA, and has an exam at the end of the 2nd year for the potential to earn college credit. Students can also choose to take U.S. History as a junior and World History as a senior. Either of these 2 pathways will complete the 2nd and 3rd year of the requirement needed in order to graduate. The Social Science Department also has a number of electives that students can choose to take. These are optional 1-year courses that students can take as they have more room in their schedule in the junior and senior year: sociology, psychology, and IB psychology. Moving on to English, all students are required to take 4 years of English in order to graduate. Starting in the 9th grade, you might be taking English 1 or ICAP English 1. In either case, you have the choice, moving on to your 2nd year in the 10th grade, to take English 2 or ICAP English 2. After the 10th grade, you see that you have another choice. Moving into the junior and senior year, students can choose to take IB Language and Literature HL, which is a 2-year course that spans junior and senior year. This is also the more advanced of the two options, earning a grade bump in the GPA and preparing students for their exam at the end of the second year to possibly earn college credit. Students also have the option to take English 3 as a junior and expository reading and writing, or the equivalent of English 4 as a senior. Either pathway will complete the 4-year requirement for graduation. For math, you see a lot of options here. Let's start with the 9th grade. Most students come into 9th grade at Del Mar taking Integrated Math 1. This is the first of 3 years of math that are required to graduate. If you're taking IM1 right now as a freshman, you'll move on to Integrated Math 2 next year as a sophomore. After your second year of math, you have a choice going into your third year as a junior. Integrated Math 3 or Integrated Math 3 STEM. Both of these courses complete the third year requirement for math, but the STEM course includes a couple of extra units that increase the pace of the class, making it the more challenging of the two options. 3 years of math are required to graduate and for college, but we highly recommend that students take 4 if they can. If students complete Integrated Math 3 as a junior, they have a choice. They can move on to Integrated Math 4 or Pre-Calculus, or take our IB Math course option, Applications and Interpretations. Either of these are a great option and they're a 1-year course. The IB Math course does earn a grade bump in the GPA and has an exam for the potential to earn college credit. There's a little bit more statistics in the IB Math course, and it's a little different from the integrated series that students have been taking so far in high school. Coming out of the Integrated Math 3 STEM course, students also have the option to take IB Math, Applications and Interpretations, but they're also prepared to take our AP Calculus course. There is an exam at the end of both of these courses that students will take, and successful completion of IM3 STEM will prepare them for either one. For students who are completing the IB diploma or who want to get into more advanced math, there is an option. For students who come in taking Integrated Math 1 as a freshman and move on to Integrated Math 2, they can choose to take Integrated Math 3 over the summer at a local community college in order to take Integrated Math 4 as a junior. This then gives them the option to move into Integrated Math or AP Calculus as a senior. The benefit here is that they have more instruction in the Integrated Math 4 and Pre-Calculus to prepare them for AP Calculus, and allows them to take an IB exam for IB Math analysis. This is required for the IB diploma. Some students come in taking Integrated Math 2 as a freshman. After completing this course in the freshman year, students can move on to either Integrated Math 3 or Integrated Math 3 STEM as a sophomore. Following that, they have the option to move into Integrated Math 4 and Pre-Calc, followed by IB Math Applications and Interpretations or AP Calc as a senior. Moving on to science. 3 years of science are required for graduation. Starting in freshman year, all freshmen are taking physics currently. Moving into 10th grade, all sophomores take chemistry. In the 11th grade year, students then have a choice. Biology is the 3rd year of required science in order to graduate. Students have the choice to take on-level biology or a 2-year IB Biology HL course that spans the junior and senior year. The IB Biology course is the more challenging of the two and has a grade bump and exam at the end of the second year. The science department also has a number of electives that are open to students in the junior and senior year. These can be taken at the same time as biology or IB Biology in either the junior or senior year, or when students have more room in their schedule. IB Design Tech, IB Environmental Systems, IB Sports Exercise and Health, and Forensic Science. Looking at language, 2 years of a language are required to graduate. At Del Mar, we have a couple of options for language, Spanish and French. When it comes to Spanish, we have a class for native Spanish speakers, so students who already speak Spanish at home. Students entering high school in Spanish Speakers 1 can then move on to Spanish Speakers 2 in the 10th grade, and if they'd like to continue with language, we have 2 options. IB Spanish HL takes 2 years in the junior and senior year, or IB Spanish SL, which takes 1 year. At the end of both of these courses, students have the opportunity to take an IB exam to possibly earn college credit. Some students come in at level 2 of Spanish speakers, and in that case, they can take this course as a freshman and wait until IB courses start in the junior year in order to choose between IB Spanish HL or IB Spanish SL. For students who enter high school taking Spanish 1 as a freshman, they'll move on to Spanish 2 as a sophomore to complete the 2-year requirement. And if they'd like to continue taking language, they can do so with Spanish 3 as a junior and IB Spanish SL, the 1-year course, as a senior. For students who choose to take French and come in taking French 1 as a freshman, they'll move on to French 2 as a sophomore to complete the requirement, and then have the option to continue with language by taking French 3 as a junior and IB French SL, the 1-year course, as a senior. California offers an opportunity for students to earn what is called the State Seal of Biliteracy. This is a great opportunity for students who continue taking language courses beyond the minimum requirement to earn an actual seal that goes on their high school diploma and a medal that they earn at graduation. The State Seal of Biliteracy is a combination of students' grades in their English courses and in language other than English. So continuing to take language beyond the 2-year requirement is a great opportunity for students to earn the State Seal of Biliteracy, to be competitive for college applications, and to continue learning a language. Looking at PE, 2 years of PE are required to graduate. Coming in as a 9th grade student, we have 2 options. Students may be taking Military Science 1, their first year in our ROTC program. This course meets the PE requirement. After taking Military Science as a freshman, students can move on to Military Science 2 as a sophomore. At the end of sophomore year, students can stop taking Military Science if they choose and they're done with their requirement, but it is designed as a 4-year program. As students move through Military Science, they can earn leadership positions. There's even scholarships that are available for students who continue it for all 4 years. So after Military Science 1 as a freshman, students can move on to year 2, and if they choose, continue with years 3 and 4 all throughout high school. If students start high school by taking 9th grade PE, they have the option to take 10th grade PE to finish their 2nd year requirement. If they choose to continue, if they really like taking PE, we also have elective PE, which is an optional course available to juniors and seniors who successfully complete their first 2 years of required PE courses. There are a lot of electives on this screen, but we will go through all the categories to help you make some choices. Let's start by looking at the 9th grade year. Here you see 4 different colors, which are showing you some of the categories that we have for students to take. On the top in the blue, you see VAPA courses. This means Visual and Performing Arts courses. You'll see a number of courses that are listed here, including some that actually count in multiple categories. In yellow, you see CTE courses. This means Career Technical Education. Down here in red, you see courses or programs that waive the 2nd year of the VAPA CTE requirement. If you remember, when we reviewed graduation requirements, all students must complete 1 year of a Visual and Performing Arts course, the category you see here in the blue. This can be in any year of high school. It doesn't have to be as a freshman, but all students must complete 1 year of a Visual and Performing Arts course. After that, students have a choice. They can take another year of a Visual and Performing Arts class. They can take a CTE or Career Technical Education course, or if they're participating in a special program on campus, such as AVID, Leadership, or ROTC, the Military Science program we just talked about, those classes take up space in student schedules through all 4 years of high school. And these programs will waive that 2nd year VAPA or CTE requirement. If students have room in their schedule and would like to take another VAPA or CTE course, they're welcome to do so, but participation in these programs will waive them from having to do so. Down here in the purple, you see other college prep electives that are available to students to take. As a freshman, you may be taking one of these courses right now, and you may not. In either case, that's okay. You have time all throughout high school to complete your elective requirements, and you'll notice that as you get older and move through years of high school, more options become available to you. We reviewed the F data previously to see how important it is to pass all of your classes. One of the reasons is for graduation purposes to make sure that you stay on track for graduation to get your diploma and move on to whatever you want to do after high school. Another important reason is to be able to take some of these elective courses in areas of interest. We have a lot of options that are available to students, and we want to make sure you have the opportunity to explore different subject areas, different career fields that you might possibly be interested in. And passing your classes gives you the opportunity to take new classes instead of having to repeat ones that you need to graduate. So looking into your sophomore year, you may want to consider taking a visual and performing arts class if you haven't done so already and have room in your schedule, or a CTE course. You may want to consider joining one of the special programs that we have on campus. Avid and Leadership both have an application to join the program, but they do accept students into the sophomore year. You can also join the military science program if you would like to take that class as your PE class for 10th grade and possibly move on to junior and senior year. In the 10th grade, you also have a choice of taking computer science discoveries or AP computer science principles. Looking at the junior year, you start to see more classes become available in all of our subject areas. IB courses start in the junior or senior year, depending on if they're a 1-year or 2-year course. So as you see IB courses start to become available, this means that you can get into more advanced levels of a class. Looking also at CTE courses, you'll notice that work experience and SVCTE are classes that become available for junior and senior students. And down here for college prep electives, there are a lot that become available for just junior and senior students. This is a great opportunity to start exploring different subject areas to meet your elective requirements towards graduation. As you start to choose some of the electives, we recommend that students have a couple of options available. Your interests may change over time in high school, and that's totally normal, but we want you to start exploring these possibilities. Next week, when we come back together in teacher outreach, you'll enter your academic plan into your ARES portal. The classes that you enter into this portal will not be final. This is just to give us an idea so that counselors can start talking with their students about their plans, the courses that they would like to take, and to make sure that you understand the graduation requirements. You can see here that 9th grade courses are populated here for a student. You'll see that they're separated into 2 semesters. So you've got the fall and the spring for each course that a student takes. The 10th, 11th, and 12th grade courses are also listed. When you enter your courses next week, you will submit them to your counselor for approval. If you need to make changes, we'll be able to do so in our one-on-one meeting, and we can answer any questions that you have about courses. Next week, you'll take a look at course descriptions. So all of the pathways that we just reviewed will still be available to you, but you'll be able to get more information about what you'll learn in each class. See you next week, freshmen.